From now on, when somebody asks me, who you think you is, I'm going to say, I think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover. Whip and work. Hallelujah.
Don't come with no nappy weave. Don't come with no nappy wig. Your hair is not together. You'll be riding all the way to Chattanooga, Tennessee for no reason.
Never thought in a million years I'd hear a phone call like that. I wish I knew more. I wish you would have told me more to where I could help her.
A person they put their hands on you, they don't love you. I don't care what you say. A man that put his hand on a female, that's not love.
Absolutely not. If you see the signs,
Bro.
get away immediately. The fact that you left my baby outside like trash.
Hawkins says Jevon was anything but that. She says her daughter was working on becoming a nurse, like herself, and was full of life.
This is the story of Jevon Miller, a vibrant and loving 19-year-old mother whose life was tragically cut short by an act of senseless violence. Jevon was in a relationship with Virgil Dan Brown, the father of her 3-year-old son, Christian. Their relationship took a horrific turn when, following an argument, Brown fatally shot Jevon and critically injured their young son. The incident has left their family grieving and seeking justice, while young Christian fights for his life in the hospital. How can a father be so heartless to shoot his own son along with her mother? Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Detroit, Michigan, a city with a rich history and vibrant community, known for its contributions to the automotive industry and its resilient spirit. In this very city, a tragic crime unfolded, forever changing the lives of those involved. Jevon Miller was a 19-year-old young woman full of life and dreams. She lived in Detroit, where she was working hard to become a nurse, inspired by her mother, Tanisha Hawkins, who is also a nurse. Jevon was the loving mother of a 3-year-old son named Christian, who was the center of her world. Jevon was known for her bright and infectious personality. She was described by her family and friends as photogenic, funny, and deeply caring. Her mother, Tanisha, often spoke of Jevon's loving nature and how she brought joy to everyone around her. Jevon was a person who loved deeply and wholeheartedly, and she had a knack for making those around her feel special and loved. Jevon's aspiration to become a nurse was a testament to her caring and nurturing personality. She was working diligently towards her goal, balancing her studies and the responsibilities of being a young mother. Her dream was to provide a better life for her son, Christian, and to follow in her mother's footsteps by joining the healthcare profession. Christian, her son, was the light of her life. Jevon's bond with him was unbreakable, and she devoted herself to ensuring he was happy and well cared for. The two shared countless moments of laughter and love, and Jevon's family often recounted how she would light up whenever she talked about her son. Jevon was in a relationship with 22-year-old Virgil Dan Brown, father of her child. The couple had been together for some time, living together in an apartment in Detroit, Michigan. However, their relationship was far from ideal, marred by instances of domestic abuse. According to family members, Virgil Brown had a history of abusive behavior towards Jevon. Her mother, Tanisha Hawkins, noted that Jevon never fully disclosed the extent of the abuse she endured, leaving her family wishing they had known more so they could have intervened. Jevon continued to stay with Virgil, possibly in hopes that things would improve or due to fear and emotional manipulation. On May 30, 2024, the lives of Jevon and her loved ones would be changed forever. Jevon and Virgil had been living together in an apartment on Whitcomb Street near Tireman Avenue. On that fateful day, an argument between Jevon and Virgil escalated to a horrifying level. At approximately 6:30 a.m., Detroit police received a call reporting a shooting. Officers arrived at the scene around 6:44 a.m. and discovered Jevon Miller lying outside the apartment building, suffering from a gunshot wound to the head. Nearby, they found her 3-year-old son, Christian, also critically injured with a gunshot wound to the neck. It was a scene of unimaginable horror. Jevon had been attempting to leave the apartment with her son when the violence erupted. Virgil Brown, in a fit of rage, shot her in the head and then turned the gun on their son, Christian. Jevon collapsed onto her son, possibly shielding him with her body. The young boy was rushed to Sinai Grace Hospital in critical condition. Virgil Brown, realizing the gravity of his actions, fled the scene but later turned himself in to the police. He was immediately taken into custody and charged with multiple serious offenses, including first-degree murder, assault with intent to murder, second-degree child abuse, carrying a concealed weapon, and 3 counts of felony firearm. He was arraigned in 36th District Court, where he was denied bond.
Tanisha Hawkins met with me to share about her daughter, Jevon Miller. She lost Jevon to gun violence 1 week ago today, and each day she's been trying to cope, trying to process her untimely death. 19-year-old Jevon was shot and killed after Detroit police say an altercation between her and her boyfriend escalated. It happened outside their apartment at the corner of Whitcomb and Tyerman. Investigators say 22-year-old Virgil Dan Brown turned himself in.
The fact that you left my baby outside like trash.
Hawkins says Jevon was anything but that. She says her daughter was working on becoming a nurse like herself and was full of life.
Describe Jevon.
She's very photogenic, very funny, very loving. She loved on everybody. Anybody that knew her knew that she was a silly person, but she loves you with all her heart.
Close to Jevon's heart, her 3-year-old son, Christian, who police say was also shot by Virgil Brown, his father, his own flesh and blood.
I could see in his face that he don't have no remorse for what he did.
Christian, who is being treated here at Children's Hospital, suffered critical injuries as a result of being shot in the neck, but his loved ones say he is on the road to recovery.
At this point, how is Christian doing?
He's doing good.
Yeah, great. Thank God. I keep thanking God every day. The first thing I wake up is thank God because he's doing so much better.
The community was left in shock and mourning. Vigils were held for Jevon Miller, where family and friends gathered to remember her vibrant life and to pray for the recovery of young Christian. Jevon Miller's mother, Tanisha Hawkins, spoke out after the tragic incident, expressing her profound grief and anguish. In her words, Jevon was a loving and dedicated mother who always put her son, Christian, first. Tanisha shared how Jevon had an infectious smile and a kind heart, always willing to help others. She described her daughter as a strong woman who faced many challenges, but never let them diminish her spirit. She also spoke out about the need to recognize the signs of domestic abuse and urged others in similar situations to seek help before it's too late. Jevon's friends and other family members also spoke about her vibrant personality and the joy she brought into their lives. They remembered her as a person who loved life and deeply cared for those around her. The collective memory of Jevon was one of warmth, love, and resilience, making the tragedy even more heart-wrenching for those who knew her. As the investigation continued, it became clear that the tragic incident was the result of a volatile and abusive relationship. Jevon's family expressed their deep sorrow and frustration, emphasizing the need for better support systems for victims of domestic violence. Christian, despite his severe injuries, showed signs of recovery. His family remained hopeful and grateful for every small improvement in his condition, continually praying for his full recovery. They also pledged to raise their voices against domestic violence in honor of Jevon's memory and to prevent such tragedies from happening to others. The case garnered significant media attention, highlighting the devastating consequences of domestic violence and the importance of early intervention. As Virgil Brown awaited his trial, the community continued to rally around Jevon's family, offering support and solidarity in their time of grief. This story is a poignant reminder of the need for awareness and action against domestic violence. Jevon Miller's life, full of promise and love, was tragically cut short, and in the hearts of those who loved her. What happened to Jevon Miller is a heartbreaking example of the severe consequences of domestic violence. Her life was full of promise and potential, and her untimely death is a stark reminder of the dangers that many victims of domestic abuse face daily. This tragedy could have been prevented with more awareness, intervention, and support for victims of domestic violence. There are several measures that could help prevent such tragedies. Increased education about the signs of abuse, both physical and emotional, is crucial. Friends, family, and community members need to be vigilant and supportive, creating safe spaces for victims to speak out and seek help. Additionally, law enforcement and social services should work closely to ensure that protective measures are enforced and abusers are held accountable before the situation escalates to violence. Jevon Miller's story is a tragic reminder of the importance of recognizing and addressing domestic violence. Her legacy lives on in the fight to protect others from the same fate and in the hearts of those who loved her. May her story inspire action and change, ensuring that her death was not in vain and that others can find the help and safety they need. My condolences to her friends and family. May you continue to heal and one day find peace. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.